So let's
Chadwick.
talk about T'Challa,
Yeah.
the king. The Black Panther lives. He may not be because he's looking fairly.
Well, let me give the people's the
Give us a
background
synopsis
here.
really quickly.
Yeah. Essentially, Chadwick Boseman, he did an Instagram live about a thing called Operation 42, and I'll explain what that is in just a sec. But his fans freaked out because he looked, as you can tell from the B-roll that you see now, he looks extra slim. He looks super slim. And I don't know if it's maybe just a cropping on the, on Instagram Live or what. But yeah, he definitely looks like he dropped a few pounds. But when I was looking into this, the funniest part about it is that the thing that he's advocating for, people are like, I don't understand. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't hear any of it. All I want to know is, are you eating enough? Are you sick? Do you have COVID? But he's actually advocating for something that's pretty fucking great. And if you guys indulge me for a sec, I'll explain what that is. It's Operation 42, like I mentioned before, which is a donation of $4.2 million in personal protective equipment to hospitals that service the African-American communities hit the hardest by the coronavirus pandemic. And the reason why they're doing it 42 is because, of course, Chadwick, he starred as Jackie Robinson in the movie 42. So, it's just marketing.
Yeah, and I believe that he announced this on Jackie Robinson Day.
Yeah.
As well. The Operation 42, I mean, great cause. As you said, African American communities, if you look at all of the COVID-19 statistics, African Americans have been impacted. African Americans, African American communities have been impacted by this the most severely. And we all know that, these African American communities are underserved when it comes to healthcare needs. Hospitals are underfunded, or hospitals just aren't there in the communities, and they don't have the resources to really treat this thing in the way that other hospitals and other communities are equipped to respond to this thing. So, this is a great cause. He announced it on a timely day, and this really is a positive thing that he's doing here. But to your point, people can't help but to notice that, the Black Panther does not look. He's not. I don't think if he were to fight Killmonger today, I don't know how that fight goes. I don't know how that turns out.
Yeah. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about this because, for one, we don't know why he looks like that. For one, truth be told, he actually does not, ordinarily he doesn't really look that sort of jacked up, or he looks like he always carries a lot of weight. Like, I remember him doing an interview with the Breakfast Club where I was like, he is looking a little slimmer than I remember him as in the Black Panther movie. But then I don't know, maybe he's getting ready for a fucking role. Maybe he's just not eating that much because, he doesn't want to go outside and fucking I don't know, it could be a number of things, but I think, it's interesting that if he didn't look that way, this wouldn't make any headlines. Nobody would be talking about this right now as far as, what he's actually doing, which is, I guess, me saying that is acting as if I'm like above the fray, but the truth is I'm not. But it's just sad that that's what we value, is just drama of like,
the appearance and whatnot. So again, to your point, he is like a slimmer guy. Even when you see him in other movies, even in the Jackie Robinson movie, he was not like this big, bulky, cut up guy. But it's hard to notice, like, if you, page6.com was the one in which I found like an article about this whole thing. And on page6.com in the write-up, they have a picture of him from 2019 and a picture of him from where we are today, 2020. There's a huge difference here in terms of, like, it looks like his weight, how he looks. To to your point, he may just have lost some weight for a role, which is not uncommon for an actor. And unfortunately, his appearance did take away from like the message he was delivering here.
Or amplified it, depending on how you want to look at it, right? Like, again, I don't think anybody
even talking about it right now, if he didn't look the way he did.
Yeah. Yeah, sad state of affairs, but that is indeed where we are at. Let me figure out what I'm doing graphics wise here, besides pressing random buttons, which it appears is what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. So now that we talked about Black Panther going on a diet, let's talk.